We're not even inside March yet. I mean, technically we're a few hours in, yes, but apparently that's long enough for hundreds of new games to come our way for mobile gaming. Today we're actually looking at, I'm afraid to say, some of the biggest games of 2023 released so far, mostly though, ready to go for your Android and iOS devices as of this very moment. I guess first of all, just a quick reminder over here before we get to the actual list. Crystal of Atlan, which is one of the lesser mentioned MMO action RPGs of 2022, is now finally coming out in 3 days, according to rumors. This game's already pre-registered about north of 100,000 times on TapTap and a few betas that's taken place ever since its reveal. In any case, Crystal of Atlan's premise is, in case you're wondering, sit on this floating continent in some distant future where there's fairies and machines alongside each other. Definitely got hints of Genshin Impact. Take a look.
Adventures. With the guidance of your guild, scour the floating continent of Atlan to discover the ancient civilization of the Magisters and unveil the truth behind the Crystal of Atlan.
I don't know if this is legit, or Blizzard still hasn't heard about it, or they're actually responsible for it maybe, but there is a Warcraft 3 pretty much clone, more than a clone, sitting on the Play Store since a few hours ago globally, going by the name War Legends. This is actually from the same people who previously came up with Art War 3 and Prehistoric Park Builder, both huge real-time strategy games on the Play Store. This one's also free, playable online, and about 500 megabytes in size. Number 3. I'm pretty sure I'm not alone to think that this is the most hyped game out there at this very moment, specifically if you've been waiting for the global release, in which case, well then, Limbus Company is now sitting on the Play Store for free with over 50,000 downloads and a 4.8 out of 5 since yesterday. Because Limbus Company in like less than a few hours was actually awarded by the Play Store as the number 5, well, which is now 6, free-to-play strategy RPG and some pretty good reviews. Only one problem. It's got some minor bugs, which is getting taken care of. Coming as a Netflix original. Well, just a quick mention, y'all brothers know I hate to disappoint you all like this, so just a quick mention. Number 4 we have Dust and Neon. This is a loot-based shoot-'em-up, top-down twin-stick RPG, sitting on the Play Store since a few days back with about the 4 out of 5 and taking you down about 400 megabytes in storage. The trailer that I've actually released is just a definition of the gameplay, so if you like, just watch it. This game's playable offline with a controller, and it's getting a few gameplay adjustments as we speaking. Number 5, with over 1 million downloads since a few days ago. This is a bike racing sim, online and offline game going by MX Grau. This has to be either just the best motocross game of the past decade, or else I don't even know why it's getting so much attention. But either way, this is a free game, a quiet legit in gameplay though. Like if we're talking not graphics, but accuracy and smoothness in gameplay, it's a 10 out of 10 in most ways, and it's free. Sitting on the Play Store with a 4.8 for a week now, we've got a zombie survival shooter, semi-exploration based, like I'm not talking H1Z1 in scale, but a zombie hunter D-Day competitor. I believe most of you know about D-Day 2 from earlier last month. Well, for an indie game, this is actually pretty much a nick and a head above D-Day in adjustments, guns, zombies, the action, everything. It's taking you down about a lousy 100 megabytes, 110 megabytes in size with one problem. It's actually really short. Coming up at number 7, towards those of you who didn't like the idea of the first game, the one that looked like Warcraft, or you just couldn't get hands on it for some reason because it wasn't available on your Play Store, we've got over here an even better mech versus alien RPG strategy from last month going by Mech versus Aliens RPG Battles. Well, as a first job of these developers doing God's work from an entry point, this game's really good in visuals. Combat's addicting, there's levels, crafts, rewards, you name it. Not to mention it's actually getting regular updates ever since.
Welcome to the magical land of tomorrows. Are you ready for a brand new challenge?
At number 8, in its pre-registration state, coming from the same developers of Rise of Kingdoms, maybe just the biggest mobile strategy game on the Play Store if it weren't for the Clash of Clans, we've got over here one of the most awaited games of March 2023, going by the name Call of Dragons. Call of Dragons said to be coming out fully in about a week now, and more of a fantasy in nature as opposed to the company's other history-accurate strategies. In any case, this game is free and playable only online.
Take those bad boys down, and you'll be able to command them. Look out! That red dragon's wreaking havoc. But don't worry, you've got a trick up your sleeve too. Now the battle is on.
Coming from the same developers of the old Machinarium, Samorost games. Well, the company Amanita Design, developers its games I'm personally obsessed with, their new mobile port, a game called Happy Game. Something called Happy Game. Available now on the Play Store, a PC game that was initially released around 2 years ago, a year and a half, and now on the Play Store for about $5. This has to be, guys, hands down, the most psychedelic, sad, horror game of all time, beautifully crafted with controller support. Happy Game. Happy is an offline game in nature. Boy, is it trippy. Number 10. In its pre-register state once again, still, we do have a pretty interesting mix of action RPGs, strategies, and idle over here going by the name Weapon Master Idol. Guys, what is crazy about this little fella over here is that you can actually go and fight in this game with up to 24 heroes and try to take down bosses. Weapon Master Idol has been around for a week now. It's actually playable online only. In visuals and engagement, it's actually the best game in the list, and last but not least, it's free. Coming as one of the best free-to-play pixel art platformers released in 2023 so far, we've got over here an arcade classic Mario/Donkey Kong inspired action game going by the name Pom Pom, The Great Space Rescue, with a 4.4 and now reduced to 3.9, mainly because it is just downloaded more on the Play Store. This game is one hell of a 16-bit classic, pretty innovative in nature, quite lengthy and very challenging. Honkai Star Rail, on the other hand, is ever since the beginning of the year going through its final stages of development for finished results and already pre-registered about 1 million times on different tap regions. This is probably not legit, but since there is a new character announced just a few days ago going by March 7, that's actually the name of the character, there's a good chance, I'm assuming we get a release date then in March, or even better, the game's launch. It is rumored, but in any case, Star Rail here, for those of you new, is from the same developers of Genshin Impact. It's an action RPG adventure MMO, and to some extent an open world. You do want to check it out. And coming at last from a few hours ago, we have a pixel design action RPG platform paid game going by the name Soul Crusade. This is a mobile exclusive, it seems, and taking you down about $4. Haven't played it yet myself, but to be 100%, 1000% honest, for a mobile game with this type of quality and gameplay, I can't even understand why it's just a mobile game. In any case, this is touted as a story-based action RPG, crafting platformer, and a level-based. What a game.